Support for this podcast comes from listeners and St. Alphonsus Health System, a regional network of hospitals, clinics, and care providers. St. Alphonsus offers comprehensive healthcare services to individuals and families throughout the community. More information about services and locations is available at stalphonsus.org.
From Boise State Public Radio, this is The Connector. It's Idaho's Daily News. Good morning. I'm George Prentice. This morning, we have a story about a police chief in San Mateo, California, and he's commuting to work there from his home in Boise. We've got that story, plus Betty the Washerwoman is now an official landmark. It's Tuesday, the 28th of October. Here we go with today's stories. The University of Washington's WWAMI program says it feels like it's getting left behind by Idaho state lawmakers. That as the Idaho lawmakers try to expand physician training in the Gem State. James Dawson reports.
A law passed this year requires legislators to create new medical school seats with other partners like the University of Utah, while potentially cutting at least 10 seats from WWAMI. The new law also requires all classroom and most clinical work for the new seats to be completed in Idaho, which isn't immediately feasible. Luke Malik, a lobbyist for UW School of Medicine, says tweaking the law to accommodate other schools but not WWAMI is unfair.
So if we're opening up the law and trying to make the goal of growing undergraduate medical education work, let's look at all solutions on the table.
Malik also says cutting 10 seats from WWAMI would be a, quote, fatal blow to the program. But he doesn't know if UW would completely shutter its Idaho partnership if the cuts come to pass. A task force studying the issue is still working on its recommendations to state lawmakers for next year's session. James Dawson, Boise State Public Radio News.
A formal investigation is being called into the chief of police in a California community. The complaint alleges that Police Chief Eamon Allen has been commuting to his job as the chief of police in San Mateo from his home in Idaho. KGO Television in San Francisco is reporting that Chief Allen has been sleeping at the San Mateo police station during workdays and then commuting back to his home outside of Boise on weekends. When the station confronted Allen about his 646-mile commute, he didn't have a comment. Their reporting says since Allen became the police chief, bedroom facilities were installed at the San Mateo Police Office. The formal investigation has been called for by the San Mateo Board of Supervisors. Funeral plans are being arranged for Richard Stallings. The former Idaho congressman passed away at his home in Pocatello this past Sunday. He had just turned 85 years old earlier this month. Stallings served in the U.S. House of Representatives from 1985 to 1993. He also led the Idaho Democratic Party for a while in the early 2000s. Stallings and another former Idaho congressman, Larry LaRocco, recently toured the state in a series of town halls. Stallings saying it was a reaction to Idaho's current congressional delegation refusing to take part in in-person town halls. A public memorial service is expected to be announced in the coming days. At Boise City Hall last evening, there was the regular session of the Historic Preservation Commission, and indeed they considered certificates of appropriateness for changes to some historic homes, but then the panel took up a special request. Indeed, the commission agreed to designate Betty the Washerwoman, who has been overseeing Vista Avenue since the 1950s, as a landmark. Last week on this broadcast, our Julie Lucata chronicled the history of the animatronic life-size Betty, and you can access that full story on our website, boisestatepublicradio.org. And then, last evening...
This is not a process that we undertake very often. I'm glad we are doing it. It's something that I would like to see more of.
And this is Commission Chair Jeffrey Parks.
This is, I think, an exciting moment in time for Boise, and again, look forward to seeing more of it.
And with that, the Historic Preservation Commission made it formal.
Malloy.
Aye.
Otter.
Aye.
Parks.
Aye.
Owens.
Aye.
Dales.
Aye.
Moore.
Aye.
All in favor. Motion carries.
It's official. Betty is a landmark. That is today's episode of The Connector. I'm George Prentice. We'll see you back here Wednesday, and you can stay in touch all the time by checking out BoiseStatePublicRadio.org or download the free Boise State Public Radio app. For now, from me to you, thanks for listening.
Sources and methods, the crown jewels of the intelligence community. Shorthand for how do we know what's real? Who told us? If you have those answers, you're on the inside, and NPR wants to bring you there. From the Pentagon to the State Department to spy agencies, listen to understand what's really happening and what it means for you. Sources and Methods, the new national security podcast from NPR.